here, this is a really great way to help your trading. You can see that we had a really big spike up, and on that spike up on the VIX is the volatility index, VIX index, which measures the volatility of the S&P 500. But as you spike up here, you see the S&P going down. Now as the VIX comes down, you see the S&P go up. So what I was talking about is once you get down here in this area, real low volatility of below 15, so when you're in this kind of zone here, then you'll see that the broad markets will tend to kind of stall out as well. So volatility's gone down, they'll start to kind of go sideways price action, consolidate, and kind of a grind. So that's kind of one of the things to be aware of. When that VIX comes off, you're going to see the other markets start to slow down and grind. So here's the SPY, and you'll see how high it's gotten that great spike. So what I'm looking for is to probably see this, go sideways and then just kind of grind higher. So what I'll look for is to do, look for those types of trades that are have potential to break out strong price patterns. One that looks pretty interesting here is Google, and it's one that got hit pretty hard, but it had a really good comeback this week, Thursday, Friday. So here's Google. I'll be watching this the first of next week, when we come back in on Tuesday after the 4th. But you can see that Google here, had a nice surge back to the upside. So it had broken this low here and got sold down to about 673. And then right here, these are Fibonacci retracement levels. You can see it's back now above the 6. Let's see, that's a 382, and it's starting to move back to the upside. So this looks, I think, has potential for further move up. Let me see if I can adjust this chart some so you can see it. So again, this is kind of just checking out the live streaming, trying to get better at it. So it's going to take a little bit of adjusting. So let me get my charts here set up into this window that you can see. Well, let me get this better. Okay, oh yeah, that's much better. Okay, 1 second. Right about here. So I need to be able to control my charts and also then let you see my charts. So let's zoom in on this so you can see a little bit better here. Okay, so these are the fib levels from the swing high back here on the 23rd of June to this low. So you can see that we had a big recovery back over the 50% retracement back over the 618. Now when you get over the 786 in that area, then you're going to go back to the prior high. So what we can do now is we can go from that prior high back on the 31st of May to this low to put in additional values for Fibonacci. So I'll go here, my drawing tool, Fibonacci price retracement, come over here from that high to this low. Okay, so we're back over the 382. That's a good step. And now we're into the 50% retracement. So what I'll be watching for Tuesday, Wednesday next week is if we can get over this 50% retracement level, then I'll probably be looking to do some other setup type trades, option trades, to go long Google. I'm currently got a long position in Google. It's called an unbalanced butterfly. So currently have that, and that's one thing I want to keep an eye on. And then look for some other potential trades. And the way I do that is I use my volatility scanner, and I can scan across hundreds and hundreds of stocks, or thousands of stocks, basically whatever I have set up in my thinkorswim platform. So here is my thinkorswim. I've got the scanner. I can use it on thinkorswim, TradeStation, and eSignal. So what I can do is come in here and I can look for anything that's in a squeeze, a volatility squeeze. So that's something that's in a consolidation phase where it's really tight. And so here you can see everything on my watch list that I follow that's in a volatility squeeze on a daily. For intraday type trade setups, I like to follow and look for volatility squeeze on the 5 minute. So you can see a lot of stuff here on the 5 minute. And then I like to look at the 30 minutes. So I'll monitor these two time frames, looking for something, in a squeeze. A lot of stuff in a 30-minute squeeze. So then I'll take this and I'll pull this over, and then we can go through a few on the 30-minute time frame to see what might be setting up. So I'll just take this off. You won't see it, but I'm going to adjust this chart here to 30-minute. So I'll put this on 30-minute. And so let me move this a little bit. It gets frozen here. 1 second. Okay, kind of get some memory log, or kind of memory lock, I should say. So let me get this. Okay, that looks pretty good. I don't know, something's, oh, I see what's happening. Need to scroll this over. There we go. So you can see it's kind of getting the memory jam. Let me come out and come back in. Bear with me. See that? It's crazy. Let me move this aside so I'll come back in. Well, we'll have to work around it. Okay, there it's gone. Okay, so now let's take a look. So I'm going to put this on a 30-minute time frame, and then I'm going to, you'll see my scanner. You don't see it on the screen, but I'm just going to flip through some of the things that are in a 30-minute squeeze. And you can quickly see potential setups. So here's a FSLR. You can see this is the squeeze. See, these dots represent the squeeze. Let me zoom out a little bit. Okay, see how tight that price is? So, it's going to either break to the upside or downside. And then we look at our momentum indicators, cycle 1 and 2, for direction. So, that's just something to look at. Here's PXD, Pioneer Energy, and it's in a squeeze. Kind of in the middle of the squeeze, nothing to do there. Take a look at AMBA. It's in a, kind of the middle. Now, of course, we're closed, so this would be real time if the markets were open. But just kind of want to go through, see if I spot anything that might be of interest to look at for Tuesday. This looks pretty decent potentially. You're up at the top of the range, but so I'm going to take a note of this. Take a look at Boeing. Put together a watch list. So I'll be looking at Google. When we open up Tuesday, that will be July the 5th. I guess that's right. So I want to look at Boeing. It's in a 30-minute squeeze. We can come back to that. Here's L3 Communications. That looks kind of interesting too. Take a look at that. And I like to trade these on using some type of option setup just because of the defined risk. And then Alibaba, you can see this, Alibaba, it's in a squeeze. I've got a unbalanced butterfly on Alibaba looking for a move over 80, and we'll see how that goes. So let's look at FFIV. Sometimes that can be a really good one as well. Nothing too outstanding. And let's take a look at Gilead. You can see this is my opening range breakout indicator, so it measures the opening range based on opening range formula. And a lot of times you get really powerful momentum on the break of the opening range up or down. So you can see you had a pretty nice little pop there Friday morning on Gilead. And here's Starbucks. So that being said, let's go back here and look at the daily. I'll put this to daily. And let's take a look at Boeing. So we'll take a look back at Boeing. See what it looks like on the daily. It's into some pretty major resistance here. This is the 150 moving average. You can see it's had such a spike. So with this kind of really push to the upside, I like to wait, see if it pulls back and retraces a little bit. So we'll not be doing anything there to chase it. And here's L3. This one is worth watching though because you're up at the top of the range, so it should start pushing back towards that high and higher. Now if you want to see where a potential target is once you get to a prior high, what we'll do is we'll use Fibonacci price retracement. And what I'll do there is I'll come into my Fibonacci drawing tools here. I'll go to price Fibonacci retracement. I'll go up here to that prior high to low. Here are my fib levels. So usually high probability trade setups are when you get above the 618, start consolidating. Then once you hit the 786 and you hold, then it's just a high probability you're going to take out the prior high. And then your next target is the 1272 extension, and that would be at 150.45. So this looks pretty interesting. I hope this kind of helps you get a better understanding of the markets, and I'll talk to you on the next live video stream. Good luck trading, and ciao.